Hi guys, my name is Michelle and welcome to my channel. I make time-lapse videos of how I did my paintings. For this video, I am painting the Forbidden City on a snowing day. This painting took me a total of 50 hours. It's kind of hard to trim it down to the same length with my other videos, which is usually less than 10 minutes and not lose any essence of the painting process. So this is going to be a long video. You can play it with 2 times speed if you like to shorten the duration. So as you can see, I sketched directly with thin down paint. I used to draw grids on the canvas before sketching for lack of confidence. Recently I've done a few paintings without the grids and I did just fine. I do think it's harder to improve in sketching using the grid because you will just rely on the grid too much. However, it's a good way to start. Once you're more comfortable, then you can do without the grids. But I do still need the proportional divider to help me in getting the right dimension and all that. I live in the tropics. There were only a few times where I see snow. That was when I go on holidays. I never pay attention to the sky when it's snowing because it's snowing. Snow is so much fun and I only paid attention to the snow itself and not the sky. So I am not very sure if you could see clouds that are not white or if there's ever blue sky when snowing. I googled some photos but I don't have any conclusion. I was thinking if I were to paint the whole sky white, it's going to be a dull painting. So I added some grayish cloud to make it a not so boring sky. When I was painting the pillars, it's based on sight, so I was painting very slowly here, making sure the pillars are all at the correct spots and that they look convincing. I wanted to paint grids on the windows here, but it's so tiny I couldn't manage to do it, so I painted dots instead. Painting the windows on the center building was also tricky. I got to make sure I divide the spaces correctly and not end up with the last one having only half the width or something. When painting the snow on the roof, I had to make sure I don't just paint a straight line at the edge there. In order for it to be believable, I need to show that there are grooves due to the clay tiles. It was fun painting this white railing. The lines are so thin. I almost can't believe myself for painting a rather straight line. I thought about adding more details to it, the shape of the stone railing, but in the end I think I better not, in case I spoil the whole thing, which already looked pretty decent now. About the red wall, I had to make it look weathered. It's not going to look convincing if I painted it like a brand new clean red wall. The red cannot be a uniformed red. There must be some pale red and some dark spots to indicate it's an old wall. Honestly, I didn't know how to paint bricks. I just tried to put in some darker gray lines to indicate the bricks, but not every bricks that's going to look fake. So sporadically added in some darker gray lines. After this, I also added some raw umber, which is some dark yellow, to make it look random and weathered. I painted the stone railing too yellowish. After I painted the whole thing, I didn't like it at all. You see that the next day I painted the whole thing with a lighter tone. Before starting this painting, the area I worried the most are these bridges. In the reference photos, they look so complex, and I just had no idea how I was going to paint that. When I reached this point, I just thought to myself, one railing at a time, one railing at a time. But before that, I had to make sure exactly how many bridges there are, and I had to divide the spaces properly. And thank goodness, I think I got it rather believable. I didn't paint the snow on the ground with pure white. because I still have to paint the falling snow. If I painted the ground with pure white, it's going to be tough when I was painting the falling snow. Here you see I was repainting all of the stone railing with a lighter color. These have to look weathered as well, hence adding some darker stripes on it. Now adding the snow on top of everything was quite relaxing. It really reminded me of the real snow. Next is the falling snow. I didn't use a brush to spray whites onto the canvas like I would if I were painting stars. I think that would result in too many spots, so I just hand painted the snow one by one. Some snow has to look out of focus to make it more convincing. And then it's finished! When I had the request to paint the Forbidden City on a snowy day, I was very apprehensive. I wasn't sure if I can do it, but in the end, I did. This job has pushed me one level better, and I am very grateful. I am also very grateful that you have watched till the end. Thank you so much for watching again. I hope you enjoy this video. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next video. Bye!